Hi, I am PixelPia. Today I'm going to continue my series about Google Sheets. And today we are looking at two specific things. The first one is data validation and setting up rules for that. And the second one is the function if. So with that said, let's move straight over to my computer. So here we are in Google Sheets. We are going to do a very simple table for family chores. This is a fictive family with 3 kids, Alice, Bob, and Peter, and they can do these different chores. If I have done a chore, this table, who has done this, is the one where we're using data validation rules. And this works like this. Not done is the standard, but if I'm doing it, I'm Alice, I click Alice here, and then the date comes automatically here. And if we go over to the last column here, the total column, is where we have the if. You see, now Alice has earned $5. Let's say that Alice at the same time takes out the trash. And all of a sudden we see over here to the right, she has now earned. Okay, so here we are. I have copied the table from what I just showed you, but I have left the who and the total column empty. We're going to start by adding the data validation rules for who. So we go to the first cell here, which is C3, and we go up to data in the top bar here and choose data validation. Over on my right hand side here, you see data validation rules and add rule. And the first thing you see is apply range C3. I can write :7 here. And now if you look back here, we have all these marked because that's the cells I want this rule to apply to. Under criteria, we can choose several things, but in this case, we want the drop-down menu. The first option is not done. The second option is Alice. Then we choose add another item. Before that, we're going to give Alice a color here. And then we're going to go to green, and that is Bob. Add another one, which will be the blue, and that is Peter. And then I'm going to add Mom, and I'm going to add Dad. Even though they won't earn any money, but it's money saved for them. And then I click Done. And now we can see not done. And if I want that to show up in all, I just drag that down. It has saved not done. Oh, I made a mistake here when I wrote Alice. So to fix that, I click in the cell and go down to the edit button. And here you see I didn't erase option 2 and apply to all. And in all these cells now we have, if you click in them, the different alternatives. So now when we have that done, we can close our data validation rules window and go over to our column F, where we're going to do the sum, the conditional formula here. So I go up in my formula bar, which says FX, and as all formula, it starts with an equal sign, sum if. And here you see a little explanation, a conditional sum across a range. Sum if, and then parentheses, and we want to use these values B3 to B7, comma, quotation Alice, and quotation and comma. And then we want to add the cells that it will look for, and that is C3 to C. I just clicked in the first one and dragged down. I could have written this by just using C3 colon C7. And that is the end of my formula. We do the same thing for the other two. Okay, so now we have the sum if correctly in each of these. So let's see how it works. Let's say that Alice washes the dishes and take out the trash, and she has now earned $8. Bob is mowing the lawn. Peter is vacuuming, and he decides to feed the pets as well. And as you can see, we have new values here in the total. Alice, and I think to make it even easier to see, we're going to give Alice a background color there. And we're going to give Bob a background color that corresponds to the color on their conditions. So Peter earned $11, Bob earned $10, and Alice earned $8. So there you have it. How to set up data validation rules by using the drop-down menus, and how to use the sum function. I hope you learned something new about Google Sheets today, and these functions you can translate to something you need to keep track of. And talking about keeping track of things, in my next tutorial, we're going to create a to-do list using Google Sheets. So if that is something that you need, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I would love to see you as a returning viewer. Until next time, bye.